Kia ora, Taurus. This is your reading. We're in between that full moon in Scorpio, excuse me, and the new moon in your sign coming up, probably in about 7 days. So we're sort of betwixt and between. We're coming in the middle. Let's see what the storyline has for you, Taurus. Lovely Venusians. On this channel, we always clarify. We always clarify, and I've got a rock mineral crystal card here that is face down. We'll pull it out at the end, and also get a Brian Froud Pixan Fairy card. Trying to keep the readings a little bit succinct and shorter, so they're like a quick bite. Maybe at other times we'll come in and they'll be a bit more lengthy, but at the moment we're in between. We're waiting to take flight, Taurus. We come out here with a beautiful card which speaks about beginnings and, you know, achievements. We begin something, we achieve a goal. Maybe it wasn't a goal, maybe we got swept off into a different tangent, but we completed something and then we go on to repeat that. I mean, we're doing it all the time throughout life, aren't we? So we've got this beautiful Four of Wands. Sorry. I know it's the Four of Wands. So we've got this sort of central fire. We're talking wands, aren't we? Central fire in that wheel, in the spokes from that point. It's driving everything for us. It keeps everything moving and spinning. It's a wonderful placement for, it's a, you know, stable fire is what we're talking about here. So we're using it well. Our centre of will. And it's taking us, you know, we're moving. We are moving here, Taurus. Not necessarily physically, but things are shifting. We're moving to possibly a calmer place for you, possibly after maybe a little dark night of the soul, or it wouldn't be uncommon during these times in this world right now, would it? So we get the 6, a beautiful point on that tree of life of beauty and harmony here. We've got the 6 of Swords, an invulnerable card in my mind. When you see from the Thoth deck, Lady Frida Harris, artist, designed, interpreted these cards, all of the markings in the background are described as defensive positions when you are parrying forward fencing, if you've ever fenced. It's quite fun. Described as all the potential positions of defense. It's as if every base has been covered here and we can move with it. We can move with it. Traditionally, we're moving in a boat, not really seen by others, maybe in the middle of the night. We're going to a calmer place. And then, Taurus, we have the 9 of Wands. Now, in the Thoth deck, when we talk about the 9 of Wands, it's a really strong card. It's called Strength, because we're actually literally holding this tension between the luminaries, the sun and the moon. We're literally holding that, and there'll be a point where we get to 10 and we let it go. But at this point, we're just holding that tension because it's allowing, somehow, it's allowing us to complete something, Taurus. I do get that quite strongly. So let's clarify with the Morgan Greers here. We're looking at we're looking at the Four of Wands. Some call it a homecoming. Some decks, of course. It is described as that. We are talking about the will. We're talking about fire, the spark that animates us. So we're looking at that Four of Wands, the sort of cyclical nature of beginnings and completions. We've got the Seven of Wands here. This can be exhausting. It can be exhausting when we hold on to a need to always be right, or to always justify where we're at, or, I mean, it's just exhausting, isn't it? And so sometimes, you know, it's like, come on, let's stop our position of defense here, because it actually does stall a lot of things. I mean, I'm talking on a practical level, but also on a metaphysical kind of level. But the thing with it is that it becomes sometimes habitual and often exhaustive. If we're okay with something, if we're okay within ourselves, Taurus, we say, okay, well, someone doesn't like that, or something, you know, or you should do this in a different way, or if you're getting these sort of opinions from others. But if you're kind of confident in where you know you want to go with something, whether it's what you're doing or whether it's something that you do, art, music, whatever it happens to be, you're comfortable with it, you go, you say, well, yeah, well, thanks for your input, but I know where I'm at, and I know where I want to go with this. I don't need to defend myself, you know, to be comfortable with that, to know this within yourself is an important thing. Now, with that, we get the Three of Wands, a wonderful card, because the Three of Wands is self-generating. The guidance here is, I suppose, to trust oneself. You've somewhere along the line over the last few months, you've found this ability to self-generate somehow, to keep going, to have a kind of backup fuel pack on board that's not running out all the time. You know what I mean? So we're on a path here. Now we're going somewhere pretty nice. And maybe that's not the right way to say it. We're going somewhere that's more conducive for us. So what is the Six? Because that image of over the last couple of months, what is the Six? That image of that Three of Wands with the person on a kind of marathon or something, and they've got their little water tube, they're just sort of sweating and sucking on their little water tube. It's like it's just generating itself. So we're looking at the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, what is the Six? We're going to a calmer place. Maybe it's a more familiar place. Maybe it's a comfortable mindset that reminds us of before we became adolescents, young adults, all the lessons learnt along the way. Maybe we're actually remembering something from earlier on, a very comfortable feeling, a physical comfort, but also an emotional comfort. We're reseeding it, you could say. You know, that is a word that's come into, what is it? Rewilding it. you know, shifting it, moulding it into something that's actually contemporary, that's now, that's where you're at. But in fact, the seed of it comes from probably before you were, you know, before you was 6 or 7. It's, this is what I'm getting anyway. We have the 6 of Cups. Now, you see what I mean? It is the giving. It's when we first remembered the joy of that for the giving's sake. It's as if we're just having a little bit more of an opening of the heart. First and foremost for ourselves. But that's the way it has to be. An opening of that. And it's moving us to a really nice place, Taurus. We're looking at the 9 of Wands here, the tension between the forces of the moon and the solar forces also. So we hold a balance between the light and the dark. In the end, we know what is valuable to us, what we need. And so this holding of a level of tension, which tells us, it shows us our innate strength, Taurus. Hang on, got a few falling down here, and we also had, excuse me, so we're looking at that 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles. Knows what's what, how to keep everything rolling along calmly on a very practical level, and understands how to take care of others also, the importance of that. We also have Temperance, Alchemy. There's a timing here. There was a timing at the beginning, and there is timing at the end here. What we have on the bottom of the deck is the moon. So we see this beautiful full moon. You know, maybe some things have been illuminated for you in recent weeks, days. And sometimes they come like a quite a fast-moving sort of penny that drops, and that you glean what you can from it as it's moving through you. Anyway, Taurus, as I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We'll just get a Brian Froud for you. Trying to keep these readings a bit more succinct. And we will come through with longer readings at certain times. Yeah. We do have an opening of the heart here, and it's impacting every aspect of your life. We've got the beautiful Honesty card from Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. Look, our nervous system, our solar plexus moving right up, are really electric. We have not got anything to hide in terms of our ability to be able to express quite honestly, Taurus. So that's a beautiful thing. And what is our rock mineral crystal? Well, it's a bit of a superstar, sapphire, channeled wisdom, psychic ability, self-expression, and destiny. And we all know that difference between destiny and fate. Destiny is all about choice. On that note, Taurus, thanks for joining me. Take good care. And thanks so much for your likes and subscribes. Ka kite, bye.